You appeared on a list, and it's not just any list, it's a personal one, intimate, revealing. Your mind may not have fully absorbed the impact of this yet. You probably never imagined that you would hold such a special place. It's a unique space that only those who truly matter can reach. A position that, in some ways, could change everything you thought you knew about how this person feels about you. This kind of secret isn't simple. It's not something that is easily revealed. But this person, with their mind locked in a night of reflection, decided to create something that transcends everyday gestures, something that goes beyond the boundaries of friendship and affection, something that can only be expressed in this way, almost mystically and full of meaning. They made a list, and you're on it. It may seem trivial, but as you delve into the depths of this act, you begin to realize the true intensity of everything that lies behind a simple name on paper. This person looked at you and decided that you should be categorized. And no, it's not just any list. It's a list of values, of deeper feelings. Maybe at some point you thought you held some significance for them, but you never thought that this significance would lead to such a high position. And now, here you are, about to discover exactly where you stand. If you look back, you'll notice how your presence was subtle yet constant, how you were, without realizing it, a fundamental figure in this person's life. Perhaps it's never been said, and maybe you didn't even notice the small gestures that led them to write down your name. But it's there, and what you are about to discover goes beyond the surface. It will touch on something you never imagined. It will reveal something that strikes at the core of who you truly are to them. The first sensation when looking at this list is strange. You try to analyze, to understand, but soon you realize that this is not something the rational mind can absorb right away. This is a secret of the heart, something that only the soul can perceive in its entirety. What lies behind each name on this list is not a simple judgment. There are no rankings of popularity or an impersonal hierarchy here. Above all, there is an attempt to understand the relationship, to recognize the presence one person has in the life of another, to catalog the moments, the emotions, the gestures, even the silences that often speak louder than words. But what is your position, you ask yourself? Where exactly do you stand on this list? You are higher than you think, much higher. Perhaps you are in a place you never imagined possible. The reality is that for this person, you occupy a rare space. There aren't many like you. No, it's not just friendship, it's not just admiration, it's something deeper. Something that is forged through encounters, exchanged glances, silent conversations, that only those who have shared something true can understand. You hold a position that goes beyond simple numerical counting. You are in a position where your presence is not just welcomed but necessary. Have you realized this? Have you noticed that perhaps what you represent to her goes far beyond what the surface of daily life can show? This is not something that reveals itself often, and that's why it's been difficult for you to process. The mind needs time to grasp the depth of what is being said. But I invite you to let your mind go. Trust the feeling your heart is trying to communicate right now. Your position, in fact, reflects something profound that she can no longer hide from herself, something she has chosen to make a point to catalogue, something you, in a way, inspired in her without even being fully aware of it. If you've ever wondered where your worth lies, perhaps now you're starting to realize that it's right there. You are more than you thought you would be. The place you occupy, contrary to what you imagined, is not a result of chance. It was carefully planned, thought out, and analyzed. You've arrived here not by luck, but because something within you is commendable, something that, in this person's eyes, cannot be ignored, minimized, or diminished. Do you see that now? So then, what is your position after all? Here's the surprise. You are up there at the top, among the very first, not by the number of gestures or words spoken, not by the amount of time shared, but by the quiet strength that radiates from your presence. The kind of presence that is undeniable. It's felt in the skin, in small gestures, in simple exchanges, in the way you look at her, in how you interact without hurry. This kind of intensity doesn't require much, but to those who know how to see, it's impossible not to notice. What do you feel now? Perhaps a shock, an impact, but at the same time, something you might have already known deep down, that you occupy a unique place in this person's heart. You already knew that something special was happening between you, but you never knew with precision how significant you were in her life. Until now. Now you begin to see the unvarnished truth. You occupy a space that many others cannot even reach. And for her, this recognition is more than necessary. Sometimes words fall short, but actions like this one are unmistakable. What she did was a silent shout. She needed to catalog the impact you have on her life, and she did it in a way that leaves no room for doubt. You're at the top, in her mind, in her heart. Now that you have this awareness, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to keep looking at this secret as if it's just a curiosity? Or will you allow yourself to see the deep and transformative impact it has on what you mean to this person? Understanding this now takes you to another level, to what you truly represent, to what you awaken in her, on a visceral level. This place, this peak, is not something someone reaches without being genuinely admired, without being essential, and this peak is just the beginning. Because now that you have access to this, there is so much more that you can perceive. Do you understand what I'm saying? You are more than you know. Your significance is more than just daily contact, more than superficial encounters. You are a presence that leaves a profound mark. You will never be just another person. And by realizing this, the next step is to understand that this peak you occupy is only part of a story that is even bigger, even deeper. And you wonder, what else does this person feel for you? What more is there to be revealed beyond this list? And are you ready to handle everything that this means for your future together? Because when you look at this list, you are not just seeing a position. You are seeing the reflection of a connection that, until now, you may not have been able to perceive in all its magnitude. Now the secret has been revealed, but it is just beginning to unfold. This is only the start. This secret, this list, all of this is just the beginning of a discovery that you are now starting to understand. You thought you knew where you stood, didn't you? You thought the dynamic between you and this person was clear, easy to comprehend. But what you have just realized changes everything, because it's not just about how much you mean to her. It's not just about the position you hold on her list. It's about what this list represents to her. The effort, the energy, the time invested to build something that in some way reflects the immeasurable importance you have in her life. And now you see that there's something more here, something that can't be ignored. Because this secret isn't just here to be revealed. It's here to transform the way you perceive your own role in the heart of this person. And even more, it's here to invite you to reflect on what's really at stake. Have you ever stopped to think about what this means for your future together? What happens after you understand that you hold such a crucial place, a place that this person felt compelled to mark, categorize, and organize as a unique, essential space? This changes the game. Now, if you look back at all the moments you've shared, you start to realize the depth of the little things that happened between you. Those quick glances, the conversations that seemed simple but carried more meaning than you imagined. All of this begins to take shape. You see how this person, in a unique way, always had a deeper perception of you than you believed. You feel it now, don't you? You realize that just being on that list reveals a much greater bond, something that transcends the superficial and goes straight to the core of what is fundamental. Perhaps what you haven't noticed until now, perhaps what has been quietly obvious, is how essential you've been to her, how much she has seen in you a strength and energy that couldn't be ignored. Have you ever gone through something like this before? The feeling of being seen, truly seen in such a profound way? That perception that not only puts you in the spotlight, but reveals you to the world in a way you may have never imagined? It's difficult, isn't it? Accepting that what you feel is perhaps much more impactful than you were willing to acknowledge until now. The surprise of seeing your name there at the top makes you reflect. What does this say about how much this person values you, how much they care for you? What you represent to them goes beyond words and everyday interactions. It's in the small, yet significant marks you've left, in the moments you've shared, in the gestures that seemed simple but actually carried profound meaning. Now that you understand the impact of this, can you see the truth unfolding before you? You are someone indispensable, irreplaceable. The space you occupy is not one of chance, nor a place that could easily be filled by anyone else. You are here for a clear and deep reason. So as you look at that list again, as you see your position, what does it tell you? Does it challenge you? Does it call you to something more? Because what you've just realized is that you occupy a much larger, more significant, deeper place than you ever imagined. But it's not just about that list. It's not just about where you stand. It's about what it represents in relation to you. How someone can commit to something so personal, to such an intense act of recognition, and what this reveals about the bond between you. The way they saw something in you that you didn't see in yourself. what you represent to them, by putting you at the top, by choosing to reflect your impact in this way. Here's the final question. How does this change things for you now? How will the realization of being at the top change the way you see yourself and, more importantly, how you connect with this person moving forward? Because in the end, what's happening here isn't just a list. It's not merely a simple ranking. It's the revelation of a deeper truth. It's the discovery of a unique place you occupy in someone's heart, and this will resonate in all your actions, gestures, and words moving forward. Will this realization make you act differently? Will it make you value even more what you have with her? Or will it give you a sense of finally being where you deserve to be, recognizing the impact of your presence more than ever before? Are you ready to understand what this means for you, for your future, for this relationship that is just now beginning to reveal its total truth? And here, in this moment of depth, you start to realize that the list doesn't matter as much as the real significance of being on it. It's merely the surface. What matters is what this means for your future together. What matters is what you now have in front of you. The chance to act, to connect more deeply, to allow this truth to transform everything. Are you prepared for this revelation? To take ownership of the impact this can have on your life and this person's future? Because this secret, this list, is just the beginning. What comes next, no one knows for sure, but its impact will transform you in ways you might not even imagine yet, and you now can no longer ignore it. You are part of something much greater, something that is just now starting to be revealed. Are you ready for what this will mean moving forward? You've noticed it, haven't you? The truth has been there all along, but you might not have understood perhaps the magnitude of it. Something inside you knew without knowing that there was depth to the relationship. Now the surface has been broken, and what is revealed is far greater than you could have imagined. Look at all of this. How can a simple list carry so much weight, so much energy? And here you are, not just anywhere, but at the top. Perhaps the impact of this hasn't been fully grasped by your mind yet, but your heart already knows. You didn't get here by coincidence. You have always been essential. You have always been seen in a way that, until now, you didn't know was possible. What you represent to this person is more than just simple affection. It's something that goes beyond words, visible gestures, or everyday interactions. The strength of your presence, what you convey effortlessly, the energy you radiate, is undeniable. It is there, recorded in a way that feels almost mystical, in a reserved and unique space. And it's not just about the position. The position is merely a reflection of what goes beyond, connecting to the deepest parts of everything you both have lived and shared, often without even realizing it. A smile, a glance, a gesture. Perhaps simple for you, but for her, these are the foundations of this position. What has made you someone unique, irreplaceable? Now you perceive this in such an intense, clear way, don't you? What you once felt was important now takes on a tangible form. You are at the top, but what does that mean for you now? How does this awareness of being seen so profoundly transform what you do from this moment on? How will you act now that you know where you stand? Now that you understand how deeply valued and recognized you are? Realizing this place changes everything, because you finally grasp the impact of your presence. And in understanding this comes the crucial question: are you ready to experience this impact more deeply? To recognize that, by realizing the depth of what you represent, you are also embracing the responsibility of caring for this unique, rare, and essential place. What will you do with all of this now? You're at a turning point. What comes next? The answer is in your hands. The next move is up to you. You now know that the journey of discovery is just beginning. What you choose to do with this insight will shape the direction of everything to come. And as much as you have reached the top of the list, the true summit of any relationship is never a fixed point. It is shaped by how you connect with that person, with that presence. What will you do with that? It's your turn to perceive, to act, to take the next steps. What are you going to do now with what you know? Now that you've realized the real impact of being at this top, what will you do with this truth? The next step is crucial, and I invite you to continue on this journey of discovery. Click here to understand more about what this means for your future together. This story hasn't ended, it's just beginning.